Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. I'm standing here where I had started to set up production science. And you'll see that a lot of it's done already. And the reason for that is that I recently recorded an episode, or thought I was recording an episode, and it turns out that I had accidentally double-clicked the record button, which unfortunately is the same button that you use to stop recording. So I did a nice 45-minute episode and then realized that none of it got recorded. So I don't want to tear it up and do it all again. So I'll start this episode by showing you what I've done, and we'll pick up from there. So my apologies for the parts that you missed, but it's, I didn't do anything too unusual. So I don't think you should have any problem getting caught up with me here. So we had set up stone brick smelting, and since I had it here, I decided I might as well start paving the area. And I think I'm going to start paving a lot of the other areas too. I think it'd be nice to have a fully paved base. So I'll do that from time to time as I have a few minutes. So I have this running into a silo, and then I'm pulling two belts out of the silo. Before I had a 3-to-3 balancer, but we actually don't need 3 blue belts of stone brick. This works out to about 40 per second that we're going to need. 60 per second, which we can easily handle with 2 blue belts. Right, so 3 in, 2 out, and then the silo acts as kind of a balancer because these will pull out equally when you have more than one mini loader on it. Okay, so we've got in here, and I use the silo so that we've got plenty of stone brick that we can just grab at any time to do some paving. The other thing is I got in the comments, I had asked previously if anybody knew how to turn off the train signals, and someone did know how to turn off the noise for the train signals, and somebody did. And the way that you turn it off is you go to your options, you go to interface, and then this option that says play sound for chat messages, you just turn that off, and then it doesn't make a noise anymore. It also doesn't make a noise for chat messages, but if you're playing single player like I am right now, it doesn't matter. So that's awesome. Thank you for that tip. I notice here there's a station called Mr. Epix, which is really cool, but that's just one of the default names. So somewhere there's a train station, at least one train station that I forgot to rename. So I'm just going to look around the base here and see if I can find it and give it an appropriate moniker. Let's see here. Mr. Epix, where are you? It'd be cool if you could search the map. I mean, I'm thinking it's probably got to be one of the newer things that I built, because I'm pretty sure everything else has been named properly. That's all good. That's good. Huh. Okay, well. Here's one. That's the science station. Okay, that one's misnamed. Okay, well, I'm not seeing it, and I don't want to waste too much time on this. Okay, well, next time I see that pop up, I'll see if I can find the train and follow it and see where it goes. Okay. All right. So for the production science packs, we need to bring in steel, red and green circuits, the stone brick, which we're bringing by belt, lubricant, and iron. Okay, so I set up those train stations. So we have iron coming in. We only need one belt of iron. So I did an 8 to essentially an 8 to 1 balancer. We could move this one tile closer. Yeah, we could move this one tile closer, but anyway, all 8 belts going into splitters, and then one from each of those going into 4 more, and then the final splitter, or into 2 splitters and then 1 final splitter. So so this will pull in a balanced manner from all 8 of those. Sometimes you might be tempted to do something like this, like a pyramid of splitters. But this actually won't pull equally, because you'll get a situation where the splitters in the center will get more material than the ones on the outside. I mean, if you're going down to 1 belt, I guess you could do this and it would be fine. Or maybe, no. Well, I don't know. I think it wouldn't be fine, which is why I did this. So here we have 8 into 4 into 2 coming out, and then I'm only using one of those. So I know that's going to be balanced. If you stick to the powers of 2, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and so on, then it's generally much easier to keep balanced than if you have other multiples in there. So anyway, we have just this 1 belt of iron feeding a machine to make pipes, another one to make gears. I put those on a common belt and run it along here. And this is for the 4 machines making engine units. Okay, these need steel also, so I have a belt of steel that goes down the center. Now for the steel, I am doing 4 to 4 because we are going to need, for the electric furnace, we're going to need more than 1 belt. We're going to need at least 2 belts. So out of these 4 output belts, I'm going to be using 3 of them. Okay, and then the output of these engines is going on a belt that runs down this way, and that is feeding the electric engine units. We need 6 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and that's kind of where I left things off. And then down at the bottom, I have red and green circuits. Okay, and these stations I essentially just copied from other parts of the base where I have them set up already. So I didn't have to do a whole lot of new configuration. And then I have lubricant here, which we'll need to pull in there. So why don't we do that right now? Okay, so we'll need to do no, let's leave another space. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then that'll be right there, so we'll do it like that. Just want to make sure I got this set up right. Yeah. Okay, so we'll grab that, and I'll get rid of whatever's not a pipe or a factory. Okay, so this will be our pipeline for the lubricant. And we'll put a pump on there. It doesn't seem to want to let me move substations. Okay. All right, so now we've got lubricant and we've got engines. Now we just need to get the green circuits up there. And those require 510 per minute, which is a little less than 10 per second. So one belt of green circuits will be more than enough. And I'm going to use blue belt just because if I use red belt, I'm not going to have this nice perfect length relationship on the undergrounds. Okay, and it would be good if I could bring it in this way. What are we going to need on reds? Actually, 10 a minute. Okay, red I'm going to need a lot more. Red is, let's see, it's about 1800. That's about, what, 30 per second? Yeah, so I'm going to need a full red belt, or a full blue belt of red circuits and a full blue belt, or part of a blue belt of green circuits. So I'll just make it 2 belts, and I'll just bring them up this side. Yeah, and I'll have my stone brick there too. There we go. All right, so now we'll have red and green circuits, and then we'll bring up the stone brick as well to make the furnaces. So we'll have kind of like a little mini main bus just for this area. Okay. So then the green circuits we can bring in here. You know what? Actually, I think I would prefer to bring those down the center. That way I can have the engine units exiting on the top. Okay. Yeah, like that. Oops. Yeah, I got to stop copying substations everywhere. There was another comment that in my blue science area I have like tons of substations everywhere. Yeah, and I just did it again. And that's true, I do. I've got way more than I need, and I just haven't taken the time to go fix that yet. Okay. All right, and then our output can go there, and I'll do one far and one near. far. That'll be a far. That'll be a near. Oops. There. And I think I'm at the point now where I'd like to just put the blue belts on my main tool belt and put the reds on my alternate. There we go. Okay. So now we need the furnaces. And those I think I'll put over here on this side. All right, so let's take this. I'm going to remove that. Actually, I'm going to remove everything except just for the modules. So furnaces, we need 8. All right, so let's set up the first one here. All right, electric furnace, and I think, oh yeah, you know what? I don't need the beacons because I'm not using productivity on these. Okay, but we can do this. If we assume that I have 4 beacons affecting each of these, then I'll need fewer speed modules inside those, or fewer machines. Yeah, so I can do this with 5 or 6. If I just put in 2, I'll do that. We'll do 6 of them. And I'm going to do that just because I prefer to have even numbers of production machines where I can. Just because it's easier to balance the output belts. Now in this case, we're not going to be making tons of these things, but we'll do it like that anyway. I like to have that symmetry. Okay. So we'll put this down there. So this is going to need steel, red circuits, and stone bricks. Okay, and like I said, I'm going to need 2 belts of steel. Let's just double check that number. We're going to need 3,572 per minute. A belt carrying 40 per second is 2,400 per minute. Okay, so that's why I get 2 blue belts. Okay, so we'll run the steel this way. And then this will go underground, like that. It's 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we could do that. Actually, I might need, yeah, I'm going to need a stack inserter. Okay, so we'll do a stack inserter on the steel input there. All right, and then the red circuits. And then since I don't have beacons on this side, I can run 2 belts. All right, so let's do that as the red circuits. And I need more blue belts. And then the stone brick we'll do the same thing as we're doing with the steel, where we have 2 belts, and then about halfway down we'll switch to the second one. Okay, I've got 25,000 space science. That's going to last me for a long time. So let me go switch that off. There we go. No more satellites. All right, where am I going again? Whoops. I went right past it. Okay, and then we can use a fast inserter for the red circuits. And I think that'll feed it fast enough. Okay, and then I suppose we'll do the output this way, since I didn't leave myself much choice. Okay, so let's copy this. I'm just going to copy this part of it. And we need 6 of those. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3 are going to get that first belt of steel. And then the other 3 are going to get the second belt of steel. Okay, the line of red circuits is going to go all the way down. Whoops. This is going to go all the way down. And we'll do the same thing here for that second belt of stone. Okay. Okay, so far so good. And then every second inserter we will offset to the bottom side. So that we fill both sides of the belt evenly. And then I think I will also, I'll put a couple mini loaders No, that's okay. I'll just get them from my main base. I was going to say I could use this as production for furnaces for expansion, but it'll be easier if I just get them from the main base than having to come here to pick them up every time I need them. Okay, so I think that part looks good. We should throw in some lights. Okay, and then finally we can make the science packs. All right, so I'll copy this basic unit here. Let's see. And again, really, I just want the shape of the beacons for now. So there's going to be 11 of these. I can save on some beacons and modules if I share this side, but how do you split 11? I'll just put them down here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Whoops. No, that's 4. Or no, that's 3, 6, 7. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I'm not going to be able to do that because I have those substations right there. All right, so I'll just line them up here. All right, so this is going to be production science. It's going to have productivity modules, and we'll do a fast in and we'll do a fast out, just like that. So it'll be something like that on the way out. I was supposed to have the pickup station over here, so I'm going to have to move these belts. Okay, so we'll have it flow over this way. I have this output here, and I have that output down there. I should have this belt run the other way. Okay. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Great. All right, so that'll be our output, and then this will be the input. All right, so what I want to do now is reverse this entire engine belt. So I'll just hover over, you can just hover over one end and press R, and it'll send it in the other direction. Okay. All right, so here we go. Okay, so now I'm just missing some modules. So let's go pick those up. Need to go north and a little bit west. Okay. Okay, and then let's move these belts over as far as we can. Yeah, you know what I should do is I should just cut these belts off down here and let them empty out. So that way I have less stuff to deal with. I'll start eating up these science packs so that we make more. Okay, well, it looks good so far. Everything's running as it should. We'll just get these belts emptied out. I think the green won't quite empty out because it's only being used half as much as the stone and the red circuits. Okay, good enough. Get rid of those extra furnaces. Okay. So I'm going to pick all this up. And then we're going to lay it out again. Closer so that we have room here for a train station to pick up the science packs. All right, so this is green circuits, and this is red circuits. And then these are stone brick. Three, four. There we go. Okay. Okay, now we just need an output station. Like this one. So let me just copy this part of it. Wow. Get rid of the Nixie tubes as always. So So we can rotate it. And then that'll go right here. Okay. All right, let's get rid of these red belts. And gonna get rid of that. We'll get rid of this. Get rid of everything except just for the station. Let's see if I can overlay that onto here. Okay, I can, but we're one tile off. But that's okay. All right, let me try this again. There we go. Okay, and then we can just use some more undergrounds here. To make room. Okay. Yeah, great. And that gives me just enough room to get the science packs out. Okay, and last thing we need are the mini loaders. Okay. All right, I think that about does it. So this is going to be production science. Period. All right, let's see how it's doing. Oh, you know what? This should be, let's make that first one blue. Yeah, and one blue easily splits into, oh, you know what? These are all on the same side. Let's create some near belts. There we go. And That can just be a belt, and we don't need that. Okay, so everything's looking pretty green from here. Let's get some Nixie tubes here so we can see what we've got. Okay, awesome. And then let's check our production tab to see how fast they're getting made. 970 something. Not quite 1,000 a minute, although it is climbing. There we go. Now we got 1,000 a minute. That's exactly what we needed. And now we'll have to wait for the inevitable. Oh, I saw it again. Iron 1 to Mr. Epic's. It's iron ore. So it's got to be one of the iron smelters. Or in my main base. Where the heck? Where the heck is Mr. Epic's? I mean, here's one that's misnamed, but that's MW Malcolm. Where else am I sending iron ore? Ugh, that's maddening. Okay, I'm going to look for that. I'm going to find it and eliminate it. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start paving the entire thing, starting from 1, 2, away from the rail. And anything that's got production, I'm going to pave it. I'll leave this center part empty. So I'll do that in between episodes. You've seen that happen before. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. In the next one, we'll start making high-tech science packs. See you then. Bye-bye.